Resurrection, a huge theme in the Masonic tradition, ultimately embodied by the Masonic Christ figure, you might call him Hiram Abiff, the master builder in the Masonic allegories. He's seen here in a coffin as a deadened form of consciousness, as true spirituality being in a grave, in a tomb. And the goal was to resurrect that divine spark or essence through getting in touch with truth and using the generative principle of care. Again, you see the all-seeing eye figure in an upward pointing pentacle at the top of the image. The whole goal... The meanings of solar symbolism are always intertwined and related to light, life force or essence, the spirit, knowledge, power, enlightenment, growth, strength, kingship, sovereignty, trust, clarity, renewal, and resurrection. Because these are the things that the sun provides. Without it, there is no life. There is, nothing's going to grow on the earth. It symbolically represents the light of knowledge, which can be converted into power when applied. And those concepts were always associated with kingship and sovereignty as well. Now, let's keep that in mind when we see how it's used in product placement and advertising. If you go ShopRite to shop, are you going to be coming home enlightened? Are you going to buy the sun? You're going to come home with the light in your basket? That's what they're doing, symbolically putting the sun behind the basket, the shopping cart. And again, this is always done in proxy. See, they're looking to sell you on what they know you don't already have, what you're lacking, what you want, what you crave. So combine that with food products, combine it with, energy-related products. Again, the sun is the ultimate source of energy. What does the sun have to do with tapping into the lifeblood of the earth and taking oil out of it? Well, they want to correlate the idea that the natural light energy of the sun, they're somehow going to be selling you when they sell you this oil, when it has nothing to do with that. I'll show you in a later section where they know it's the blood of the earth. Literally, it's the lifeblood. And that's why they put the blood drop on many oil logos as well. But every one of these symbols is archetypally bringing the image of enlightenment and the sun into the product placement. Again, what was it another symbol for? Sovereignty. So that's pentagram symbolism. Let's take a look at the symbolism of the all-seeing eye, which we've already really gone into. Of course, this represents God, the creator, divinity, source, light, knowledge, truth, intelligence, the spark of the divine, sovereignty, and unity consciousness. The Trinity. Used all over the place in iconography in government, in media, banking, financial institutions, intelligence agencies, fraternal orders, etc. Very popular symbolism. And so you see it in the Information Awareness Office. They want to be God and be omnipotent, have all knowledge of everything that's going on the earth, working with many other intelligence agencies. British Secret Service, the MI5 with the eye at the top of the pyramid. CBS logo of the eye. Of course, we looked at the sigil of the reverse of the Great Seal of the United States on the back of the dollar bill, what I call the sigil of all Masonry. The all-seeing eye is prominently used in Freemasonry. There you see it used with the compasses and square with the G. It's used in some and then the Amico illuminated torch in their oil logo. So different people will use symbols for different purposes, but ultimately, it's representing something that they want you to identify with and want. So if the torch represents freedom, enlightenment, knowledge, they're putting it on the American Oil Company logo so that when you go and give money, overinflated amounts of money to buy the fuel that we quote unquote need because we haven't made anti-gravitic propulsion technology because we can't give that to the earthly slaves. They have to have their internal combustion engine and use the Earth's lifeblood that we vampirize out of the earth on a daily basis. And we're all guilty of it, because there's no other alternative in this society if you want to travel anywhere. And, they want to put the symbol of knowledge, enlightenment, wisdom, and freedom on that logo and sell you that in proxy. What they know we don't really have collectively. That's how this works. It's using the archetype for what the purpose they want to use it for. Now, something that
Security.
What is worth more, art or life? Is it worth more than food? Worth more than justice? Are you more concerned about the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people?
Okay, so this staying at this level of earthly identification and base identification and base instinctual feeding will keep us on the wheel of karma. We're not going to grow and learn and progress. What gets us out of this earthbound identification is desire. And I don't mean just desire to want things in an egoic way. I'm talking about the desire for more, the desire for betterment within the self, okay? The desire for self-knowledge, the desire to know oneself, and then to know also about the realm in which we operate, the natural world and its laws. So, when we make that decision to develop that desire for truth, for light, for knowledge, that's where the hermit comes in. The hermit card represents the desire for knowledge. See, he's not in a state of knowledge. He's not the purified being in the white robe. He has gray robes on. He's humbled. He knows that he doesn't know. He knows how much he still has to learn. And he's lighting the lamp to go off in search of knowledge and understanding and wisdom. That, again, has been the color I've used to direct this whole presentation for today, because this is supposed to be about whetting someone's appetite to help to spark within the individual the desire for greater knowledge, the desire for more knowledge about the occult and what it really contains and how it can really help to transform oneself. So that's what we have to aspire. I would say, going up to the next level, again, one of the most important cards in the deck, and again, the orange card. Another theme throughout the day here, this orange color, representing desire, representing choice. This is a card that I feel represents choice. The card represents the light, knowledge, truth, the sun. Again, we saw all of that in the symbolism section. That card is the truth card. What's the light that's calling us up from that Malkuth position that the angel's blowing the trumpet for behind her head? It's the light, it's the sun, it's truth. This is the truth card of the deck. But it also represents a choice because the paths converge from that point. And yes, you could still see we're going to make our way up in the lightning bolt progression to get to the top of the tree. But the microcosmic tree is slightly different than the macrocosmic tree is slightly different than the microcosmic one, because this card represents a choice point. Will you receive truth? Will a civilization receive truth or not? That's what this card is the choice point for. It's the truth card. And it's the choice of whether we will receive truth or not. Now remember, there's the path of severity to the left and the path of mercy to the right. In this arrangement, I do feel that there is a negative connotation on the left-hand path and a positive connotation on the right-hand path, as we will see when I further break this down. The left-hand path going from this point forward represents the rejection of truth. The right-hand path up the tree represents the acceptance of truth. Okay?
No thanks. What's going on here? You fucking wrong uns, the lot of you. Have that, and you can have it as well, you fucking cunts. You fucking dickheads. The lot of you.